time. So you know anything about DOM, events and DOM? No? Okay, so you'll be knowing after today's class. Okay, so let's see what really these things can really do actually. So let's first talk about events, then I'll gradually move on to DOM. Okay, so let me just say today's class is about the events and DOM. So what you will get out of this class, after this class you will see how to change the content of the web page using events and DOM. So that's the main intention of the DOM, is to change the content of the web page, okay, and that too dynamically. So this is called document object model. So document is nothing but every tag in your HTML page is a document, sorry, is an object. Okay, so model is like the prototype over there. Okay, there's nothing much to define about DOM. Okay, it's important to know what it can do. It can manipulate the content of the web page. That's all is required. But now first things first, we'll discuss about events. So events are nothing but actions. What kind of actions we can perform on a web page? We can click, double click, we can use keyboard, I say key up, okay, we can select a select box, so I say it as change. Hi Adnan, how are you? Okay, so these are certain events which, there are several other events, but I won't be discussing that. The primary focus is on click, okay, key up and change. And there are certain things called as focus, blur, and etc. And there are several other events which won't be discussing actually. Okay, but our the important ones are click, key up, change, focus, and blur. Okay, and we'll see examples of all these. And events should be always combined with DOM to have some impact on the web pages. These alone cannot cause that impact, and even DOM cannot cause that impact without events. So these two are together, hence we are discussing that in a single class. Okay, so how do we write these events? Every event in JavaScript, okay, will be suffixed or prefixed, will be prefixed with on, like on click, on double click, on key up, on change, on focus, on blur, okay, like such. Alright, so every event is prefixed with on. Okay, there is one more fantastic event called on mouse over, on mouse out, and on submit. This is for forms. So let me just summarize them. This is a mouse event, okay, this is keyboard event, this is form event, and again this is a form event. So this is used only with forms, this is only used with keyboard events. This is also again form, F stands for form, and again this is mouse over is again mouse, and this is mouse out, mouse, and this is again form. Okay, so let's that's about it. Every event. So on click, what should happen on click? What should happen on double click? What should happen on key up? What should happen on change? So these are all the events which define the activity we're gonna do on a web page. These are all the events that does that. Alright, so let's just see a few examples, okay, what we can really do without DOM using these events. Okay, I'll be showing you the form events. I'll show you form events when we are talking about the validations, which is tomorrow's class, but I'll be showing you the keyboard and the mouse events. Okay, so let's see here. I'm gonna share my screen here. Just give me a second. I'm gonna grab my water. Can you guys see my screen here? No? How about now? Can you guys see the screen? Yes? I hope so. Yeah, fantastic. That was a screen too. I did not move away from the there. So yeah, let's go ahead and see now. How do we write this? So do you guys remember anything about inline JavaScript? Anything about inline JavaScript? You guys remember? I've talked about this in the very first class. There's a power cut here. I don't know if our class will go until the end because my battery is leaking out. Okay, so that's one problem. Okay, so what's the syntax for inline JavaScript? Yes, since you know, right? So tell me. So what's the syntax for it? On click. Oh, fantastic. Great. I don't have to teach you guys much then. You guys already know everything. So how are your projects going, Adnan? Oh, you cannot understand what? I'm asking about your projects. You're working on certain projects, right? So hi Anil, how are you? How's your DVD? Did you check that? Did you check your DVD? Is the content okay, or is there any problem with it? Just let me know if it's not opening. Oh, what's the real problem in it? I mean, if you could just send me the screenshots, I may help you out. It should be fine because I have double checked it. I checked it and rechecked it on my system. Okay, just send me a screenshot what's really happening over there. If it's empty or is there any error message? Okay, fine. So yeah, title is Tutoslive Supertan JS events. So we're just talking about events. That is it. So Supertan .html. So here, okay, I'll use a body inside which I use a div. Okay, now I'm gonna use an ID. Okay, check this ID. So I'll say test. We did not use IDs until now, right? So now onwards, I even told you when I was talking in CSS about the IDs that IDs are mostly used with JavaScript. Okay, IDs and classes. Classes again, you know, we use in styles, but still. So here, click me. Okay, click me. So here I'm writing the script at the very end. As I told you why I write the script at the very end, because of the performance here. So here, on click equal to JavaScript. Okay, I'll write a function here, just a simple function test. So let us write a function here, function test. Okay, let me just check if the recording is happening. Okay, so function test here, I'll say alert you click the div. So is it really possible to click on a div, or only links are able to click? What do you suggest? I mean, I'm sorry, not suggest. What do you think? Everything is clicked? Okay, whatever. I mean, click is just an action. You can click on anything. Okay, as simple as that. So let's see now. Here we go here, JS events. Okay, it says click me. So let's do one thing. I mean, I'm always obsessed with styling. So let's style it. Style. Here body, background, okay, font size 24 pixel or 200%. Right, and then a margin of let's say 75 pixel, or I can also say which is like 5%. Let's see. Yeah, something's good. So now let's style the div here. So instead of div, I'll use test. Okay, I can, if I have to style an ID, classes are dot, right? IDs are with hash. IDs are with hash. So background RGB, so 200 What is this color? Yeah, what's that color? RGB 200. So let's see. Okay, sounds fine, but there's something else we can really do here is display inline block, right? So this looks like a button now, right? This looks like a button. Let's see if it is clickable or not. You see, you click the div. Click it again. You click the div. Click it again. Except, you know, the cursor is not so good. I can even change that. Okay, using DOM. The cursor should be like a pointer instead of, you know, a text pointer. Okay, so that's the first thing of DOM. So how do I give? Sorry, not DOM, it's events. I'm sorry, my bad. So now let's do one more thing here. On mouse over. Okay, on mouse over JavaScript. Need not to give this, but it's better to give this. Okay, change. Okay, on mouse over change. Let's write another function called change. Function change. How do I do this without? Okay, alert mouse over event called. Alright, let me refresh this. Okay, let's not click, let's mouse over. See, mouse over event called. So okay, now mouse over event called, I click. Okay, I have to do this. The mouse over is calling first. So let's do one more thing here. Okay, one more event on mouse out. On mouse out equal to, okay, I'll say JavaScript back. So function back okay, I'll say confirm. I'll use a confirm. Are you sure to mouse out? Alright, let's see now. So let's just refresh. Okay, the first event is mouse over. Okay, I mean actually the alert box is the one which is the culprit here. Okay, so it's only taking mouse over when I mouse out. Okay, let's take off the mouse over thing. Okay, I took off the mouse over. On, okay, this is on. Okay, let's see. There's a spelling mistake here. So let's refresh. Are you sure to mouse out? Okay, like such. See, mouse over event call. Are you sure to mouse out? So that's mouse over and mouse out. So let me just come back to the class here. So we checked on click. Did not see on double click. It's the same simple. Okay, on mouse over, on mouse out. Okay, we have done it. Okay, so that's about the events. Now let's see the DOM. Based on the DOM, we use more events and DOM together. Okay, any questions here until now? Nope. So Anil, you have any question here? Event is simple. Okay, event is nothing but an action done by the user on the web page using mouse, keyboard, or the form event, whatever. Alright, so let's see the DOM now. It's pretty much simple. It's very simple. There are so many DOM events, there are so many DOM elements out there, but we discuss only which are really important, and the rest DOM events or DOM elements can be discussed in jQuery, which are really easy. Okay, whatever we have done until now using JavaScript, it's very easy to do in jQuery. Okay, so don't worry about the JavaScript. Only few things are really, which we cannot do in jQuery. I'll be showing that too. Alright, so let's see the DOM events here. So document object model. Okay, so document object model will always start with a document dot. Okay, it always starts with a document dot. We have seen document dot write. So document dot write will write to the document. So assuming document to be the body. So document is where you are writing your actual content, which is nothing but again the body. So document dot write is nothing but write to the body. Like such. Okay, like such, there are three particular methods, I call three particular methods which are used to pull the respective objects. So when I say objects, okay, let me just draw a picture here. You'll get to know. Let's say this is my body or document. Okay, let's say this is a div. That's a div. This is a div again. This is a div. another div, and this is another div. Okay, so these are the 4 divs, suppose. So if I have to access this particular div, okay, document, I said, document object model is always about manipulating the content over there. So if I have to get something from this div, or something from this div, or something from this div, or something from this div, I should have an identity over there, right? So the identity here is the tag, right? There isn't any class here, there is no class here, there is no ID here. Let's assume that there is no class and ID, but there is only tag here. How many tags are there? 4. Okay, so how do I get the information from that particular div? Using get elements by tag name, whatever the tag name you want, and there's an index. I'll tell you why there is an index. This is how I access that particular tag. So now coming to the index, how many tags are there? How many tags are there? How many divs are there? Any answer? 4 divs. So what is the index of this div? Let's suppose this entire thing is an array. What is the index of this div? 0. Do you agree, Sohail and Anil? Not sure? Anil, you? Yes, you agree? Okay, so let's do one thing. Okay, so this means this statement means get access to one of the div which has this particular index. Okay, let me just write the example there. This is the syntax, okay, and this is a very complex syntax, but I'll make it very easy now. Document dot get elements by tag name. So what is the tag name there? Div. Okay, div, as if Adnan said. Okay, so this means get me access to this particular div, the first one. Let's assume Adnan is right. Okay, document dot get elements by tag name div of 3. So give me access to a tag which is div. Give me access to a tag which is div, but which is number 3 in the position from the top. So which is number 3 in position from the top? Let's say this is index 3. I'm sorry. Yeah, index 3. So this is 0, 1, 2, 3 as per Adnan. So give me access to this particular div. This particular statement will say that give me access to this particular div. Alright, so now how do I manipulate? This is okay, getting access is okay, but how do I manipulate? There are certain attributes which are okay, which can manipulate the content of the element. Okay, which is the first one is inner HTML. Okay, the first is inner HTML. So how do we write inner HTML? All you gotta do is like dot inner HTML. So inner HTML. So whatever which is inside this, whatever the HTML content you have in this, give it to me. Okay, so let's see an example that may help us in understanding it better. Okay, let's use the same example. whatever the body or the document we have 4 divs over there. Hi Fugale, how are you? How's your vacation going on? And guys, forgot to say that I guess today is the Ramadan starts, right? The fasting. Great. I love that month actually, because in Hyderabad we this is the month that is lively in Hyderabad. You get everything which is merely impossible, I say. So yeah, congrats on that. Happy 1 month, happy Ramadan month, and don't forget to, I don't know, how do you send me your, what do you say, the kheer and halim on the Ramadan day. I don't know. Yeah, I have quite few friends. I'll visit them. Seriously fantastic, man. So happy for that. Okay. So yeah, let's get back to the program here. So yeah, let's see here. Let's open a new file called DOM. So JS DOM.html. Can you guys see my screen here? Can you guys see the screen? So let's use div here. This is div 1. If you cannot see the screen, just let me know that I may fix something so you guys can see something. Yes or no? So let's see. This is div 1, div 2, div 3, div 4. Okay. So now I want to change the content of the div 4. I want to change the content of the div 4. Let me just first get the content of div 4, then see if we can change it or not. Okay. So here what I do here is let's do this. Alert, or let's say var element equal to document dot get elements by tag name. Okay, what is my tag name here? Div, the index, the third one, right? Okay, this is the element I want to get access to. Now alert element dot inner HTML. So let's see if you are getting the right content or not. So I said index 3, or let's use index 4, sorry, index 0. If let's see what if it's right or not. You know, Adnan told that the first div's index is 0. So let's check it out. Okay, so let me just refresh this. You see, this is div 1. So Adnan is right. So the first div's index is 0. Yes. Yes, I'll show that too. We just started, right? Let me show the easy. Let me start with the toughest part and then move to the easier part. So today I'll change my my style, that this is the toughest part, like because remembering the index and the stuff is really hard. So I want to show from the from the toughest part to the easiest part. Okay, so now let's change the content here. How do I change the content here? Element dot inner HTML equal to, I have changed the content of this div using JS DOM. Okay, so inner HTML equal to, that's it, this will change the content, as simple as that. So let's see now. If I refresh, you see I've changed the content of this using JS DOM. And the rest is as it is because we did not change that element. Okay, so can I control this? Can I control this? Yes. How? Click to change the content. Click to change the content. Now on click equal to JavaScript change. So here function change, I'll put that inside a function. Okay, now let's see. Refresh, it did not change. Previously it changed, right? So click to change. Yes, it has been changed now. Now I even want to control this. I don't want this to be a static content. I want the content to be changed every now and then. How do I do it? Like this. Check it out. Where text equal to prompt, enter text. Okay, instead of this static content, I'll say text. Let's see now. Let me just refresh this. Click to change the content. I click it, it will ask enter text. Okay, my name is Tutoslive. See that? I change it. Okay, let me just do one more thing here. Okay, I'll just pass a keyword as this. Or I can't really. Okay, maybe let's see. Why just one? Let's make this also dynamic. If I say this means this particular div. This means this particular div. So then I may not need this. Let me just check it out if this works out or not. Okay, just give me a second here. Just no. Okay, let me just pass 0 1 2. Okay, let me just do this. This may work. Let's see if this works or not. So let me just refresh this. I'm just experimenting. Is it working? It's working, right? Yeah? Am I changing the content dynamically? Yes? So this means this particular div. So I'm passing it to the function like an argument and saying that dot inner HTML equal to text. Yeah, this is how I can combine events and DOM to change the content of things. This is just the tag name event. This is not even tag name. I'm not using anything. I'm just saying this contextual DOM. So depending upon the context, it is changing it. Yes, any questions here? Anything which you did not understand regarding this or prompt or inner HTML? Okay, so anything you did not understand over here? So what I have done there is, first is click event. As and then I'm clicking, I'm calling a function, JavaScript function called change. The argument is this. This means this particular div. Okay, then in that I'm taking that and using inner HTML. So what is inner HTML? Inner HTML means what is the content which is inside that particular HTML tag. Inner HTML equal to the prompt value. That's it. Yes, any questions here? About upper and lower case? Okay, let's see that using ID. Okay, let's see that using ID. So this is the basic concept, and now we move on to a bit of intermediate concept. Get elements, this case, and what is that? Get elements, this case, and about. I did not get that. Okay, so now let's do one experiment here. First, let's take off Sohail's question here. Okay, on mouse over, change the case to upper. On mouse out, change the case to lower. Okay, let's do this experiment here. Alright, so let me just share my screen here. Okay, can you guys see the screen here? Yes. So let's take a paragraph here. Paragraph ID equal to, okay, ID equal to lowercase. This is a lowercase statement which upon mouse over changes to uppercase. Alright, okay, so let's do this. Where lowercase element. So first and foremost thing, remember these are the steps. The first thing is to get that element. Document dot get element. So previously it is get elements by tag name, but when it comes to ID is always unique. You're not supposed to use two IDs on the same page, or the two same IDs on the same page. That is the reason ID should always be unique. Remember this is a bullet point. Remember that ID should not be the same on the same page. ID is a unique identifier. That's the reason document dot get element by ID. What is ID? Lowercase. That is the ID. Yes, any question here? Okay, ID should remember this. Most of the freshers, most of the first comers do this mistake. They use the same ID 2 times and the JavaScript will not work, and they feel like what mistake I am doing. Okay, these are the mistakes. Always look for the mistakes in console. Okay, So now here, lowercase element dot on click equal to, you can write like this too. If I click on that, sorry, it's not click, right? On mouse over, I'm sorry, on mouse over equal to, I can add a function here too, like this also. Function, first I have to get the text, var text equal to lowercase element dot inner HTML. Shall we see what content is it? So let's see in console, are we getting the right thing or not? Let's see that in the console. So here, refresh. Oh, there's something wrong. Refresh, it's right there, right? On mouse over, you see the content here? I've seen the content here. On mouse over, I got the content. So now what we are supposed to do here now, we should lowercase dot inner HTML equal to text dot to uppercase. Let's see if it works or not. So let me just refresh. Oops, what's really happening here? I don't know. Alright, so let's see. You see that? This is how I can really work on this DOM. Now on mouse out, we discussed about another thing, right? On mouse out, it should come back to its current state. So it's very simple. I copied it. I'll say on mouse out function inner.html. This is to lowercase. So let's see. Oops. Okay, on mouse over, on mouse out, on mouse over, on mouse out, mouse over, mouse out, mouse over, mouse out. So this is events combined with DOM. Any question in this example? Anything which is not, don't hesitate to ask any kind of question, no problem. Is this your doubt, Sohil? Get element by ID. Now let's do one more experiment. Okay, shall we do another experiment here? Are we good to go? Is there anything to explain there? I will give all the methods like this in a document so that you can follow and do some experiments on yourself too. But I'll tell you where are these used. That's what important is. It's not just you learn the subject. Can you make something like 1, 2, 3? When I click it show one content, when I click 2 it show 2 content something. Try it. You can make it. That's the assignment for you. Go ahead, do it out. Yeah, and trust me, it's very easy with jQuery than this JavaScript. Okay, so now our next experiment is, if you are clear here, our next experiment is, okay, our next experiment is to get the attributes and set the attributes. How can we set the attributes? So what are the attributes? So what are the attributes here for a tag? Let's take an image tag. What are the attributes for an image tag? Yes guys, what are the attributes of an image tag? Tell me. SRC, okay. Image tag alt, okay. Great. So height, fantastic. So let's go ahead and see this. Okay, let's start a on clicking next, the images will be changing. right? The images will be changing. On click, next. Let's do this small experiment here. So for that, okay, now we have seen inner HTML, right? The next is, okay, where is that inner HTML? It's here, right? So the next is document dot get element by ID, whatever the ID here, dot, I can do this, src equal to value. src equal to value. Okay, so let's do this experiment here. You can alternatively do this with different attributes, but yeah, this is how I do it. Yeah, you can do that too, set attribute. But why set attribute when you have a direct route? You can do with set attribute too, no problem. But this is a direct route, you can do it. If it's not possible with this, let's try set attribute only. Okay, so for that, I need some images here. So you understood, right? This, click on div 2 and say please do not annoy me. So please do not annoy me. So like such, I mean, this is really oh, the screen share. So but I really love DOM because I can really make anything happen on the client side. So this is the most powerful thing a designer possesses. So always remember, DOM is the most important part of the JavaScript. It's not operators, it's not loops, it's not if. They're all basics. But if you are a master of DOM, then I really suggest that you'll do really good in your designing, your website designing. Okay. So let's go ahead and see the images case. So let me just, for that I need some images here. Okay, let's go here, unsplash.com. This is a very famous website for images. Okay, if anybody wants images for their designs, you can definitely go for this. So save image as, so let's save this in our super 10 images, super 10 images. So I'll slideshow, something like that, and here I'll name them as 1, and these are free to use. Then this is 2, and then this is 3, and this is not good. Nope. Okay, this is nice. 4. And this, the last one, 5. Alright, so these are 5 images we have there. So let's go ahead and see a new program here. So I'll just copy this JS slideshow.html. So we just take off everything here. We don't need these, and we don't need this too. JS slideshow, and this is really important slideshow. Okay, people will ask you if you go for interviews, like how do you really do this slideshow, right? And I can automatization we'll see tomorrow. Okay, we'll see tomorrow the form events, and how do we run this forever. There are 2 functions in JavaScript, and that's it. We're done with JavaScript from tomorrow. Maybe we have validations, but I'll show validations in jQuery. That's where it is important than here. Okay, so let's div class equal to container. Here div class equal to images, and here image tag src equal to, first we will start with one image. Okay, image slideshow /1.jpg. Let's use a width equal to 500 pixels and an ID, right? You have to use an ID equal to let's say img. So let's see if our program is getting right or wrong. So yeah, this is the image. Okay, that's the image. So by the side of here, div class equal to controls. So here I use some links here. A href equal to do nothing, class equal to, or id. Let's use id itself. Id equal to next or previous. A href equal to hash id equal to next. So let's see if it's working out or wrong. Previous and next is working, but I want something here. Okay, so how do I do it? It's very simple. Dot images and dot controls. Okay, display inline block. Display inline block, and for controls vertical align middle. It did not work out, so let me just see it. What do you say? Top top worked out. Bottom works out. Oh, maybe center. No, there is no center. Somehow, the Chrome is not taking out the middle. Let's see, vertical align middle. Oops. And maybe min height. So yeah, that's the problem. So I'm just styling it. We don't even require this styling, don't worry about it. So let's just alright, 415 pixels. Okay, and here dot controls a display block. Okay, previous and next. So let's just put some arrows over there for previous and next. Okay, ampersand lt ampersand gt. So what are these? Ampersand lt and ampersand gt, you remember? Yes, do you guys remember it? They are HTML entities. I don't know if you remember it or not. Alright, so if I click on previous, an image should come. If I click on next, another image should come. So let's see how we can really do this. Okay, so let's use JavaScript here. Now, first, here, on click equal to JavaScript preview, a function. I'm just calling a function out there. And here, next. Alright, so function preview. Okay, function preview must what it's supposed to do is, first I need to get the element first. So here the element is var element document dot get element by id. So the id is img, that's the element dot src equal to, okay, let's say 2.jpg. Shall we test it? Let's test it. So I'll refresh. Okay, the problem is this. I have to give images slideshow slash. Okay, that's a problem. So let me just refresh. Previous, see that? See that? Previous, it's going to a different image. Okay, next function, next. You guys following me? You guys are with me? Are you guys with me, or should I stop? What do you suppose? What do you suggest? You guys with me? Anil, Sohel, any complexity? Nothing. I just did styling there. There was some styling involved there, and now some JavaScript. Okay, if I click on next, 3.jpg. Let's see. I refresh. Previous, this. See that? I can even manipulate this. But now this has to be made dynamic, right? So this has to be made dynamic. Yeah, it's not dynamic. That's what I'm coming there. It's not dynamic. So based upon a value, okay, this has to go here and there, right? Based upon a value. So how do we make this dynamic? This is a bit complex. Okay, when I say a bit complex, because what I'm supposed to do here is, how do we do? Let's take this, where images equal to an array of one dot jpg. So I'm taking every image into an array. I guess these are our images. Okay, let's say the first image is 1.jpg. That's what is here. When I click on next, okay, when I click on next, how do I increment this? How do I increment? How do I pass the value? So 1.jpg, the index should be increased every time I click on next, and index should be decreased when I click on previous. That's jQuery. Yeah, I told you it's really easy to do with jQuery. It's not that complex, you know, like JavaScript. Let's do this. .jpg, 2.jpg, 3. one thing I can do, it will be a complex program. One thing I can really do is check the current image src, get it dynamically, then +1 +1 +1. If it reaches 5, then it is 1.jpg. okay, for that we need to do this. Okay, let me just do this. Even I'm not sure of this element dot src. Okay, 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 slideshow 9 10 6 16 17 17. Okay, let's not waste any much time here. So let me just check here. So this is the concept. Maybe you guys may try. I may help you out, but I'm I'm not sure of the logic too. So we have all the images here. So somehow we have to pass here the number, because we really don't know what is the image over there. So maybe this may help us. I equal to 1. So I plus plus I minus minus. So this hi Sachin, how are you? So this is just an experiment. Okay, if I reaches 0, okay, I equal to 5. If I reaches 5, then I equal to 1. Alright, so let's see. This is just an experiment. Even I don't know if this thing works or not. So let me just refresh. So next, yeah, that's fantastic. This is working out. Right, you guys know how am I doing? I'm taking I equal to 1. Okay, every time I'm incrementing and decrementing the I on click of next and this. So let's see again. Here you see, next, I click previous, it goes to taxes, next to computer, next to a house here, and previous will take me to computer, next, previous, and I hope this is responsive too, except that we have to fix the width and height in percentages. Yeah, you guys understood anything here, or do you need an explanation? Sohail and Anil. So the videos will be out, don't worry about it. It's plain and simple. What we are doing here is taking the SRC and manipulating it. It's logic guys, logic. People who love logic will love this. So what do you say? So Sohail, what is your assignment? It is complex, but got it? Okay, I'll make it really easy. Let's take one small example here. Let's do one more experiment. Alright, let's do one more experiment here. So what I've really done here is, I'll explain you. This is an image. First, initially there's an image there. Okay, it's a first image. So that's what I'm doing here. Okay, let's take out this. We don't really need the images here. Okay, let's first image. So when I click on next, I is 1, right? What happens to I here? I becomes 2. So whenever I reaches 6, I have to start again from first. Am I right or wrong? Whenever I reaches 6, because we have only 5 images over there. If I reaches 6, I have to start again from 1. So what I'm doing here, I'm taking the element here, whatever the element, the image element there, and I'm changing the src over there. That's it. So let us just make it more lively here. 700 pixels. Let's see what happens if I do 700 pixels. It's nice. Right, this is a slideshow here. So if it's 700 pixels, we have to increase this to the controls. Pixel maybe. Okay, so let's do one more experiment here. This is really cool. So you come across this experiment every now and then. If you go to a shopping cart, you will see this experiment. Why I equal to 1, I are 6. Okay, how many images are there? How many images are there? How many images we have? 5 images. Okay, so now I click next. I is 1 first time, right? I is 1 first time. I only have 6 images. Do we have 6.jpg here? Do we have 6.jpg? We have only 5.jpg. So whenever I becomes 6, it should come to the first image. Whenever I becomes 6, it should come to first image. So here, whenever I becomes 6, come to first image. The same here, we are decrementing I, right? So whenever I becomes 0, we don't have 0.jpg, make I equal to 5, or last image. Come to last image. Right, come to last image. So that's the logic over there. And this is dynamic putting of images. Okay, so let's do one small experiment, another experiment here. So no next this, but what we can do here is, okay, no need of controls, we don't need controls. So JS, this is zoom.html. Okay, this program is called zoom.html. Alright, so now what this zoom does is, on mouse over, okay, it has to call a function in JavaScript called zoom in. JavaScript zoom in. Alright, on mouse out, JavaScript zoom out. That's it. You understood now, right? I hope you understood. Yes, what is the functionality here? Function zoom in, okay, here I'll write the element here, var, not var, You're not supposed to use var if you want to use an element inside the function. Remember this, var is local, if without var it is global. Remember this. Document dot get element by id img. So in zoom in, element dot width equal to 100%. Function zoom out. So this time I'm playing with width. Element dot width equal to normal, so 500 pixels. So let's see. Oh, there's some error here. Maybe the width is not working. Okay, the 100% is a problem there. Okay, 1000 pixel maybe. Oh, still ain't working here. Okay, let me fix that. The image is there. Okay, let's do this. As our Adnan has told us. Okay, the next attribute is set attribute. Okay, it's not taking the width. Maybe width is not a recognized direct attribute, but this may help us. Set attribute. So width is an attribute. I'm setting that attribute to 100%. Alright, the same as this set attribute. The width to 500 pixels. Okay, set attribute. This will work out. So let's just refresh here. Let's come. Okay, so you see that zooming in and zooming out, zooming in, zooming out. So zooming only a particular part, let's say, okay, that's done with jQuery. For that you need to write complex coding, functionalities. You have to take the pixels, you have to take this much of pixel and try to increase the width and height. That's a different functionality, but as of now, yeah, this is our functionality. Okay, increase the width and height. So that's one more thing. Any questions here? I'm just doing the next attribute is set attribute. Okay, the same document dot get element by id set attribute. The attribute name, comma, its new value or anything. I can even set a class. We'll see how to set a class in a moment. Just take a short break here. I'll be back in 2 minutes. Okay, I'll be back in 2 minutes. So just flex your legs or do one thing or talk to yourself, and it's up to you. Okay, just I'll be back in 2 minutes. So guys, I'm back. So shall I put a question here for you guys? Okay, let's do a question here. I'll see how much you get to know about DOM and stuff. So you ready for a question? Yeah, fantastic. I really like it when you're ready for a question. So let's see if you can answer this. So you have to read the question very carefully. Okay, if not, you will answer it wrong. Okay, the question's ready. So I'll read out the question here, and then you can go ahead and answer it. So yeah, the question is, what is the DOM object used to get the contents of a tag? Okay, what is a DOM object? When I say object, it's get element by ID, tag name, class name, whatever it is. Okay, and the answers and the options here are: the first option is document.get element by ID, id.inner HTML. Second is document.get element by tag name, tag name.inner HTML. The next is document.get elements by tag name of tag name.inner HTML. The next is document.get elements by class name of tag name index inner HTML. And the last is document.get elements by tag name of index.inner HTML. Okay, that's the question here. So guys, go ahead, answer it. No answers? Pick any answer. Why you are thinking so much to answer the question? Pick any answer. No prizes for the correct answer, and no punishment for the wrong answer. So go ahead. Okay, we got the first answer here. Good. So I'll write answer. And who else? Who else is up? The fastest finger is Sohel. And the right answer. So who else? Who else is giving the right answer here? Okay. Next. Okay. Adnan and Fugale. And the right answer is get elements by tag name. Get elements by tag name of tag name of index dot inner HTML. Okay, so the right answer is number 5. So you must be very careful in picking up the choice here. So tag name of tag name index. Why index? I've told you guys, without index there will be so many ID, so many tags, right? So that's the reason there is an index over there. If there is no index, then it's really hard to get the elements of that particular tag. Okay, so now let's see our final experiment of the day. Okay, example I say, or experiment. So this is now the events. We use the keyboard event on key up. Okay, so this is really cool experiment. Okay, so key up event. So now what is the requirement is this: there is a password field. Okay, so the password must be 8 characters in length. Okay, 8 characters in length, this is the minimum. Okay, 10 characters is good enough, and 14 characters is a strong one. There's a password, 8 characters in length is okay. This is a minimum requirement, and one more thing, do you see in these latest technology or latest websites, they put a function called show password, like, you know, are you typing it right or wrong? So we give a button called show. This will show the password typed. Right, that is done using regular expressions, which is not our topic. Our topic is this is the experiment. Okay, because, you know, to identify the uppercase, lowercase, and one number, one character, that can be done using regular expressions. So if you have time, go and do a research on regular expressions, which is a very complicated topic, which will be discussed in jQuery validations. Alright, so not now. Okay, so this is my requirement. So let's see how we can really do this. Okay, you guys ready? And trust me, this is really important. This is what you're doing. Okay, so every topic discussed today is really important for a front-end designer. So if you do not do this good, I'll give 4 assignments on this topic. And wireframes, guys, tomorrow is the last day. And Sohail, I'm really sorry I could not give a wireframe to you. I was really busy. Okay, but still I believe in you that you could really do. Your enthusiasm is fantastic, but my bad, I'm really sorry about that. I could not give a wireframe to you. So don't worry about it. You'll definitely get a chance to, you know, to do a wireframe. Alright, and the next part is, guys, your wireframes. And I'm not gonna give any other assignment, further assignments, until unless, you know, you submit the previous ones. And then from the next time onwards, the assignments will be on the DVDs only. If you do not submit, you submit, you get an assignment. If you do not submit, wait for the DVD. Okay, so the next set of DVDs are JavaScript and jQuery, so you have to wait until another 3 classes for that to finish. So it's up to you, your choice. If you do the assignments, then you are good to go. You are developers, designers. If not, I can't really believe you. When you're just learning here, I can't really test you guys. Alright, so that's one thing. So let me just share my screen here, the last example of today's class. Okay, so let's go ahead. So I take this. So JS password.html. So let me copy this, paste it here, save it, and here. Right, and here we don't need, I'll call this as row. Okay, so here input type equal to text. You guys remember this input? It's a form element. This is the first time we are using, or did we use this before? I hope we used this before. So every input tag has a name attribute. So let's say the name is password, and every input attribute should have a password whose name is same as that of name, and a placeholder enter password. Okay, this is the thing. Now here, after this, div class equal to, not class, let's use an ID. Okay, we can use class too. Okay, let's use class equal to message. So here is a message we're gonna show. Okay, that's a message we're gonna show. And here we use a button here, input type equal to button, class equal to let's say the class to be show. Okay, and button will have a value, value is show, and that's it. Okay, name and an ID. Name is show again, and ID also show. And when I say show, say show, okay, here span. Okay, we'll use the ID here, show password span. Okay, this is the code. So let's see. JS password detector or whatever. This is it. So let's style them a little bit. Let's just tweak them. So coming here, input is ID password, so padding 10 pixels. So padding is just enough. Okay, and coming to the show, I'll say background RGB 00250, color white, border width 0 pixel. So let's see. Yeah, it's working. And let's give it another padding here, 10 pixel. So that will show the password. Okay, that will show the password. So let's go ahead and see. So now here, on key up equal to, that's the event. JavaScript, okay, I'll say password detector is our function. So let's write the password detector function. Function password detector. Right? So password detector. How do you find password? Where password equal to okay, where password equal to, now let's use nowhere because I want to use it globally. Password equal to document dot get element by ID. What is ID for the form field? Password dot value. That's it. Now I got the value. Now if, or let's say var, or let's say just length equal to password dot length. If the length is less than 10, less than 8, let's say. Okay, if the length is less than 10, there is one message. Else, if length is less than 10, one more message. Else, if length less than 12, and one more message. Right, we have three messages. How do we put the messages? In the class. So how do we get the class? Element equal to document dot get element by class name. What is my class name? Message and index. How many classes are there? Only one class. If there are multiple classes, the index will change. So let's see. Element dot inner HTML equal to password should be more than 8 characters. Let's see if it's working or not. Okay, let me just refresh this. So I click here, I start typing. Okay, there's some problem here now. Line 27. Let's refresh and start typing. A undefined is a non-function. Line 35. Okay, get elements. I'm sorry. Get elements by class name. So you see, password should be more than 8 characters. So if I keep on typing, okay, still there the message, right? The password should be more than 8 characters, it says, as soon as I start typing. Right? So that should be avoided. So here element dot inner HTML equal to password is good but will be better for 12 characters. Now here element dot inner HTML equal to best password. So let me just do something here for the message here. Message font size, I don't want that big font size, only 12 pixels. So now let's see, let's start typing. 1, password should be more than 8 characters. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, password is good but will be better for 12 characters. 10, 11, it's 12 actually, it says best password. Now when I click on show, it should show the password whatever I have typed out there, right? That's our intention. So let's see, on click equal to, so I'll say show password is my function. So this is all logic, guys. JavaScript is all about logic. I told you in the first class itself, JavaScript is all about logic. So show password, function show password. Okay, so where should I show the password? I have to show in the ID show password. So element equal to, or show element, I'm sorry, let us use a different element. Show element equal to document dot get element, get element by ID. Show password is my ID. Okay, show password is my ID. So showed element dot inner HTML. So where is my password? My password is in password. So let's see if it's working out or not. So I refresh. So I type SAGAR. So I'll say show. You see, I typed it. Okay, I typed it. I'm typing something else like this. So I can even hide too, and hiding is your job. Okay, let me just show one more thing here. Okay, how to hide it, or how to element. That's regarding another attribute called style. Okay, style dot is another attribute which we can really do it. Okay, let me just stop here and ask some questions here. Okay, I'm open for questions now. Which part of this you did not understand now? I know it's a bit complex, it's a bit coding, it's a bit logic over there. Okay, the things to be remembered here. What I have done, document dot get element by class name, the class name, the index dot value, or whatever tag in get element by ID, whatever it is. Okay, now value is used on form elements. Value is used on form elements. Remember this, to get value, because everything is a value over there. On key up, as soon as I press the key, I release the key. Okay, I have to get that value over there. That's one thing. And inner HTML, you already know inner HTML, what inner HTML does. Now can I style this? Can I style this text? Yeah, shall we go ahead and see how to style the text? Or shall we start the class here and see it tomorrow? You try this, you simply try this. Okay, document dot get element by ID, whatever the ID is there, dot style dot okay color equal to whatever the color hash FFF. Now I want to change the font size. Document dot get element by ID dot style dot font size equal to 24 pixel. Now I want to show the visibility. Document dot get element by ID dot style dot display none. What if I want to show it inline? This is the style. You can try it, just try it. Okay, this particular thing, it's pretty simple, you can try that. Okay, now what if I want to apply multiple properties, multiple stylings? Okay, the best way to do it is declare it as a class. Suppose error, there is an error class, color is red. What do you do? Document dot get element by ID dot add class. Error. Okay, try this. So if you want multiple attributes, you can also do it like this. You can add classes also to it. Yes. So I hope the class is big, huge. Don't worry, the videos will help you out. And I see that nobody is watching out the videos out there. I mean, I see they are like doing sitting out there. Okay, I hope if you guys are downloading them, just let me know. Who is downloading the videos and who is not, because I'm really checking the metrics over there, checking the analytics. So I should know what's happening with the videos. Okay, so if that's not helping you guys the videos, I'll definitely don't take the burden of giving them out. Instead, I will make a very good content, or I can stop producing videos and go out marketing Tutos Live, or I can stop producing videos and go out talking to investors or talking to people who can hire. Okay, and one more update here, somebody a very good startup is looking for people who are good at PHP and HTML CSS in Bangalore. It's a nice startup. I'll check if there is a remote work option available. If it is available, so just let me show your interest by sending an email to tutoslive.help@gmail.com if you are interested in doing a job. The job is in Bangalore, but I'll try to convince them for a remote work too. They'll take an interview. Okay, they'll take an interview. It's not like I tell they hire. They'll always again test your skills. Okay, so make sure if you're interested, send me an email here. I'll update this too on my Facebook, on the Facebook group, Facebook page, G Plus. So guys, follow us on everywhere, Twitter, G Plus, everywhere, so that you don't miss an update there. Alright, so with that I'm gonna end this class. Any questions here before I leave? You guys here sleeping? Anil, Sachinarayana. So Anil, update me on the DVD. Okay, because I have tested in my system. It's working. Oh, thanks man. And yeah, coming to the job, that's a really good startup. I don't want to name it here. Only when you email me, I'll name it there. It's really doing good. It's a culture, about the ecosystem in startups. You'll get to learn a lot of things in startups than the regular companies. Okay, so yeah, that's it guys. Take care. Feedback is very important for us. That will help other people. And the other part is sharing it on your Facebook, Twitter, G Plus walls. Okay, so take care, have fun, enjoy, and good night.